Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome back to From the Depths with the Wing Zero design that we are just going to finish off. So you can see I've done a little bit of work off camera since the last episode. I've added propellers, although they are kind of placeholder because I need to align them with the center of mass and I don't know where the center of mass is going to be just yet. I've done some more hull cladding. I've made this turret well armored and done the decking around it. And I've actually put some armor on the railgun itself. Now, of course, there's still like a big gap around here where it can get shot and explode, but we're going to end up putting shielding all over this craft because it has ridiculous amounts of power. If we get the power up, you can see we have almost 1,000,000 power. That's insane. Amazing. Good, but insane. So, you know, shields everywhere, I think. Which they are looking to nerf at a future point, but whatever. So, this is what I want to do. I've debated what we should do for other weapons on this ship. We could do missiles. This ship's meant to engage from long range, so missiles, they'd have to be long range. Whatever, that would work. But I do think that maybe we've done a little bit too much missile spam, and missile spam can be a little bit too effective. So I don't want to put too many missiles on. Maybe we should do some more advanced cannons, because they're new, and they're fancy. Maybe we should do some more, and I'm liking this idea. So, I've already put down a basic advanced cannon. I've planned out where it goes, and if we have two, you know, we can have one here, one here. They have to be 3 wide if that's the case, so they're not looking at a particularly big cannon. But something that can get a long range, deliver faster firing than the railgun, and not railgun shells, but like, you know, normal shells. Nothing that, you know, needs a railgun to charge up to fire, but something that can just be downrange, bam, 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 and just, you know, nice and explosive. So the idea is the railgun will punch straight through the hull, but because it doesn't do much damage, enemy ships can repair it quite quickly. If we deliver explosive shells hitting the hull, doing damage, that'll cause a lot of blocks to get damaged. Maybe not destroyed, but it'll cause a lot of blocks to get damaged. They'll spend time repairing those instead of repairing the hole through the entire ship. I've tested this theory before when I was practicing with railguns, and it works quite well. So what we should do is have 2 extra guns that can get a bit of range. Remember, we've got to still engage from long range, and they can deliver, like, you know, nice explosive shells down range. So let's figure out how to make this work. So currently I've got a single barrel with 1 gauge increase, which makes it a 0.12 meter shell diameter. But I'm thinking if we want to get a bit more consistent firing, let's go up to 2 barrels. And then if we increase the gauge, 0.118. So basically 0.12. Yeah, that's good. And we've got 2 barrels on this. So we hope to get some consistent firing. We also probably want to mess with the autoloader. So the autoloaders I've got here currently, I can't go 3x3 on the edge because that would stop it from turning. So I'm trying to figure out how to really best do this. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that we could do it differently, but we'd have to put the autoloader here. And that way we could have clip, 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 and clip. So 4 clips. And it would work. But here's the problem. It would also interfere with this. If I put a autoloader there, it would pass through. Yes. Okay. Right, let's try. Let's put a mirror line down as well. Right, so we have 3 clips for each autoloader. We've got 2 autoloaders. Reload time is increased by 1.18 times because complexity. Okay, so slightly increasing it because basically more autoloaders, they improve the speed, but there's an exponential amount where it starts to taper off. So this multiplier will get bigger and bigger and bigger. 2 autoloaders, fine. That's increasing it a little bit. But it also, you know, massively increases reload time. 3 clips each should decrease it to about 0.65 or something. So we're looking at a 30% reduction in fire speed overall, which is good. We've got 2 barrels, which means that we can go bam, 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 bam. And maybe the cooldown won't matter so much because each barrel will get hot, get hot, get hot, get hot. And we can spread our fire out. And let's figure out what shells we're going to be putting in. So I've already put a little shell thing down here. And if we set it to the right gauge, length of shell rack needed 1. Okay, good, because we're using 1 shell racks. Muzzle velocity, almost 700. Right, so we can start adding extra stuff. So I've got a shape charge currently. The shape charge takes all the HE rounds currently attached to it, or HE segments, and explodes them into, like, a blast in front of it. The way a shape charge works is the explosive force detonates, pushing this bit of copper that it's wedged around and forcing it forwards. And this copper melts and turns into this stream of superheated copper that's liquid that just pushes and bores through the hull and basically explodes inwards. And that's the way a shape charge works. So if we attach HE to this, and maybe add 2 HE segments, expected muzzle velocity. Ooh, below 300. That's a little bit low. Now look at that. The spread there, they are a lot closer. And we're getting good range. I feel this is acceptable. If this is accurate enough... What's in accuracy? 0.62. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. I feel that is acceptable. Boop. So there we go. Shape charge. 2 HE, explosive, and then 4 gunpowder. I feel that's good. Now, of course, we could have 2 fin stabilizers. That gets down to about 0.5 in accuracy. However, I feel currently that is perfectly good. We should be getting enough downrange for that to be a decent rate of fire. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to... increase the length of this. Can I put you on there? Not connected to ammo controller. Okay, in which case... because this is going to be supplying 2 turrets. And this one over here... I'm going to end up ripping out some of your things so that I can put an AI, because the AI is going to have to go underneath the turret. There's no question about that, sadly. Maybe if I do like a connector to be able to connect them together or something so that they fire off the same AI. No, they need to be able to pick different targets because they're on different sides of the boat, and they're going to have different firing arcs. But I'm going to put in a second turret, and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so let's set up the AI. Let's go grab AI. Local weapon controller. Boop. Right. Controlling one weapon, and we want mainframe. We put the mainframes here. The problem is then they can't really share card slots very easily. So I'm going to put the mainframe there. Left, right, left, right. We will want endpoint selection, target prioritization. Yeah, why not? Oh, sorry, I didn't do a replace on that one. There we go. So, value per block. Yeah, I like to shoot bigger things. Set value per weapon. Yeah, bigger, more things with more weapons. Cool. Crew, player. Yeah. Propulsion, per engine, per range. Yeah, I definitely shoot at closer things. Maybe not that much, but value per speed. Speed should be a negative, really. Yeah. Value per altitude. Don't really want you to target things at altitude, so in fact, I'm going to make that a slight negative. And I got to copy that across. Ugh. Value per block. Yeah, sure. I wish I had a copy button. Blah, 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 blah. Value per range. Value per speed. Value per altitude. There we go. That's roughly equal. Now I have to be like, yeah, have you got something unselected? Yeah. I might need another one over here. Aha! But I can place them here. Sorted. And then, Mr. Railgun, if you wouldn't mind, I need to... Oh my god, I forgot how ridiculous you are. Where are all the things? There we go. Nope. There we go. Now, we need to decide what to do with the rest of the ship. We've got some good guns. Oh, let's also put the, since we can, the AI in for this. I believe I did leave a gap. Yeah, right in front and to the side. So if we go and we put in a AI local weapon controller on the side. And then AI mainframe. I want to get rid of that. Left, right, front, back, front, back, front, back. And then we can put in target prioritization, aim point selection. And we can even get the naval card here. Yeah. Yeah, that works. Right, so what do I want you to shoot? Per block? Yeah. Per weapon? I mean, it can kill pretty fast things very quickly because the railgun's just so fast, it'll hit flyers really quick. Propulsion? Sure. And make it shoot fast things, basically. With a bit of altitude. Range. Don't worry so much about range. Speed. Not many points to speed because a few points is going to make a big difference. Altitude. Yeah, a little bit to altitude as well. Okay, and I want you to engage. Maximum range to engage. Honestly, no limit because it can hit anyone. Minimum number of to engage, maximum fire rate. Max fire rate. Ooh. No, that's fine. That's all good. These guys, probably actually the same. They can fire so far that it probably isn't an issue. If the enemy is like actually being engaged, they'll be within range. So, right. The question is, what to do for the rest? I think we need some anti-missile missiles, maybe a LAM system, a laser anti-missile system, a LAMS system. That would help take out enemy missiles. Anti-missile missiles or LAMs? Ooh, debate. I'm going to go for a LAMs. I might have a laser anti-missile system. We'll put LAMs in for the moment. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Maybe a couple of missiles. Maybe sort of in the back here. Vertical fire. Not many. How we target them, though? Probably camera infrared, one turn. Because I don't think we're going to be able to run a laser designator throughout the entire ship. I'd also like to put torpedoes in, because torpedoes are really, really good. Torpedoes are really, really good. So, we've done a lot of these before, and we're running very tight on this episode. In fact, we're way over time. So I'm going to probably just do some of this stuff off camera and then talk about it on camera. So I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so I've put in a couple more weapon systems. We have torpedoes at the front, 5 on each side. So we've got 10 torpedoes. These are set up with 2 fins, target prediction, 4 propellers, fuel tank, 1 turn, ballast head, EMP, frag, explosive, torpedo propeller. So they've got a mixed heading charge there. They're going to be fast. Not the most agile, but they're going to be pretty fast. They're going to have a decent range. They're probably going to get out to about 2, maybe 2.4 kilometers. So let's put the AI in for them right now. Local weapon controller. Bam. And I would like to set up a mainframe. Bam. Followed by left-right card. Bam. And I would like aim point selection, not that it matters. In fact, let's get rid of the aim point selection because it really doesn't matter. If I go for a front-back card slot, I can put in a target prioritization. That one's the one that matters because we will not shoot at things in the water. In fact, it doesn't really matter. I can just choose on this. Yeah. Maximum range to engage, whatever. Maximum range to engage should be about 2.4. Maximum altitude to engage. There we go. All the rest are fine. Do we want a staggered fire? We probably do want a staggered fire on this, so we'll grab a staggered fire. And we'll also grab a friend foe. Over at the back, we have 18, 9 on each side, 18 missiles, which have 3 thins, variable thruster with a lower thrust, 2 fuel tanks, target prediction guidance 1 turn, frag warhead, EMP, camera, infrared. These are maybe not as long range because they've only got 2 fuel tanks, but they do have a EMP and frag warhead. So not a particularly big warhead, but they've got camera, infrared seeker, 1 turn, prediction guidance. So they should be able to hit things. They should be able to launch, turn around and go whee and target the enemy. They have got let's go find it, somewhere down here. There we go. Stagger fire. Friend foe. I'm going to actually stagger the fire to 0.2. And there's a fair bit of spare space down here, so we could put more walls and stuff just to, make sure that leaking doesn't, flood the entire ship, that, rounds coming through the back are going to be slightly more slowed down. But that should be good, and I can take the hull and build it up around them. But that should be enough ammo. And then if we put in a laser missile system, so lasers, very simple. I would like a laser, multi-purpose laser. Well, we should probably do the multi-purpose laser at the other end. If I put the multi-purpose laser here, laser coupler. The problem with the laser coupler there, so back up one. Laser coupler. Q switch, because Q switches are amazing, and they turn the continuous beam into a fast firing beam. We should get 8 times per second now. Cavity. And frequency doubler. Arm piercing. No, I want laser destabilizer. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I probably need 1 more of these. There we go. Right, let's put all of our laser pumps on. $117 AP1 at a range of approximately 666. No, we need to get that up to about 150, I think. The question is, if I flip that to that, what do we get? Actually drops. Okay. If we were to increase this, number of pumps, we get very minor increase. Okay, what if we were to do it again? I think we'll probably get a diminishing return this time around. Yeah, diminishing return there. Okay, what if we were to drill through this wall ever so slightly? That does expose the ammo barrel. What do we get? That is enough damage. I prefer 150. 132 is close, though. We could go in another arrow barrel. What do we get now? There we go. We'll go with that. 151 at a range of 856. That seems good to me. And we're firing like 8 times a second. So we should be pretty good. Now, we'll armor this conduit all the way up to here. Because I'm very afraid that the explosion will just travel down and destroy, like, everything. So, boop. And then metal block. And I'm using a proper metal block. There we go. And then I'll put this through a laser anti-missile system. And we should be good. So the laser missile systems are going to need to come out on the sides and in the middle of the deck as well. Maybe like a row going up the middle of the deck. I mean, it probably doesn't need to go up the sides because it sits fairly low in the water. So frankly, just having them on deck up the front here probably will be fine. Laser connector. Laser missile defense. Yeah. That should be good. And that should give us 7 that can shoot down missiles. Admittedly, we have no defense over the rear because the turret will be in the way. But mostly, that's going to be fine. I feel this is going to be a pretty good defense. So, 8 times per second, we have 7 shooting to take down missiles. I'll need to put in the missile defense AIs that can detect missiles. But that's a really easy job to do. I feel very good about the new Wing Zero class. I mean, admittedly, what remains of the Wing Zero is everything in blue and white. Yeah. Not much. Not much. But there is some space over here that we get to play around with. So I'll put some fuel in. I'll put some this, that, and the other in. I'll put our thruster units in on the side so that we can turn. And then I'll put in a little chair and a fire control system. Probably inset into the deck so that we can actually sit down somewhere. But all in all, I feel very happy about this. I feel very happy about what we've got here. I think the new Wing Zero class is going to be pretty good. We will only see when we actually take it into combat, but time will tell. But overall, I'm feeling confident this will be a pretty good ship. I really do. I am looking forward to taking it out. But I've been EnterElysium. I'm going to end the episode here. I will show you the finished Wing Zero in the beginning of the next episode before we get on something pretty major. But until then, I've been EnterElysium, and as per usual, stay shiny. And if you've remember to like and not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We're going to make a fortress next, and then I think we'll get into combat. And then while we're in combat, we'll flick back every now and again and start working on a battleship. And suggest to me who you want me to fight. I think the current options are the Onyx Watch and the Steel Striders, the Grey Talons, etc. But I think the Onyx Watch are currently winning. I think people want me to go against the Onyx Watch. The Twin Guard also. Now, I will say this. The Onyx Watch are just like merchant traders, and the Twin Guard are like rogue AIs that left and just want to be left alone. In canon, those are the two, like, people you'll be like, I actually want to leave these guys. These guys seem nice. But they're also the right tier for us to fight right now, and they'll be fun to fight. So this is just a case where I might fight them, even though, you know, they're fairly nice. And we did against the White Flares. We're like, we need to take the White Flares out because they're evil. This time I might be like, we need to fight them because, well, they're going to be fun to fight rather than anything else. But do leave me your opinions down below, and until next time, stay shiny. Also, tell me about how much you like the Wing Zero and what you think about it, because I'm feeling it's going to be pretty good, but definitely give me your opinions on it.